just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the stop. Please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Hi everyone, it's football. I'm freezing here. That's why I'm like this. I'm fucking freezing. I should be living on the Mediterranean, you know what I mean? I should be there, Mediterranean boy. But nevertheless, I'm here in Liverpool talking about football, and that's what we're going to talk about. Nottingham Forest at the weekend, 3 o'clock kickoff. I'll be doing a watch along as well, where there'll be plenty of expletives. I'm afraid, loads of them. Anyway, I just want to thank, before we get started, these wonderful people, and it's Gap Painting Services. The fully time served lads, fully insured lads. If you're doing any decorating for Christmas, just get them in. They'll be in and out. They leave your house the way you want it. And if you're an NHS worker, all the better, because you get a special discount. And if you're an elderly person, couple even, get them in, because you get a special discount too. And if you don't fit into the categories, just call them out. Just tell them to give you the price without any obligation. You don't have to say yay or nay there and then. Just phone them out and see what they say. They're brilliant, by the way. They are absolutely brilliant. And also, if you go on the game on Saturday, go drop into this place at Scarf or a Badge. All quality stuff, every piece of it. Michael Dean and his lovely wife Michelle, they look after you, and they're all reasonable prices. Everything. Just go in. He always opens, for 2 hours on match days. Then he goes to match himself. So get along there to at Scarf or a Badge. If you can't make it, if you're down somewhere, down the south or up the north or over the world or in Scotland or wherever, over in Ireland, just go on to at scarforabadge.com and see what they've got. They're a lovely couple, as I said, and they will look after you. So, what do you think this coming Saturday? Let's see what you've been saying. Adette, my favourite French person. Better than Macron, I'm afraid. Anyway, but that's for another night. Bonsoir, Monsieur Frank. 2 weeks have passed. I may be in a minority, but Slot has to go in caps. Whether they win the next 8 games or it doesn't get away from the fact that the job is too big for him. And she carries on by saying, I will elaborate. He can't adapt and won't change tactics. Bringing in Gehi, or Gehi, whatever his name is, and Simiano in January is a sideshow. He spent nearly 500 million, blames everyone except himself, and the players seem disconnected. Very good shout that, with the way we have been playing actually. So we've just got to see what happens at the weekend. We've got a few matches that are all winnable, and we just have to see. I think the Real Madrid game saved them. The Real Madrid game saved them. That's in my opinion. And Edward. Yes, Frankie, it's good to have you back. Thank you, Edward. And I'll be watching the watch along. Are you sure? And that again. Jurgen Klopp once said about Liverpool FC, if you want special results, you have to feel special things and do special things together. The secret ingredient missing from this squad, identity in caps. Wow. Yeah, we have come to the conclusion that some of the players look disconnected. And I think it proves with him. I think he's going to sign 3 players. And he knows it. I keep giving the analogy of a chef. A chef has been given ingredients by a top Michelin chef, the head chef. And he says to the chef, there's ingredients, go and make something. And the chef brings away the ingredients, looks at them, and he says, what can I do with this? And it's like the players, there's only been one who actually started off great, and that was Ekitike. He started off great, but he failed it a little. He faded a little, didn't he? Let's be honest. The last few games, nothing was coming from him. Not that it was his fault. It was. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not a manager. I just go and watch the games. I've done for years. Watched them. And we fell apart. We were great against Real. We really were. And we were also not too bad against Aston Villa. Then we fell apart again against City. We just fell apart. And that's the worrying thing. And Youssef, international break's over. Back to being let down again. Says Youssef. Toscana. Buonasera, Franco and chatters. Footballers back. Don't know if I should laugh or cry. And that's what Sky Sports must be losing viewers with the football YouTube. They're getting football YouTubers to go on. Don't think they'll have me on. Oh, chud. Well, I'm sorry about this. One of the lads, he wants the number of the painting. I wonder if he's looking. Are you looking in? Yeah, look, I'll put it on again, Tud. I'll put it on, mate. Excuse me there. Where am I? Oh, do you mind if I've got to give Tud this number? Sorry about this. A minute, people. A minute. Sorry about this. I really am. Right, I'm awfully sorry about that, people. It's just that someone wanted, an old mate of mine wanted Gap's phone number. Anyway, Edward says, we've been linked with Semenyo. What fucking names. Gay here again. I can see us getting them both in Jan. I think it's to save him, you know. I really do, these players. But there's another player, isn't it, that is under the radar as well. Chat says that. What excuse will Slot give if they don't get 3 points on tiredness? Give me a break. And Edwards, I think we'll win Saturday. We all want to see them win. You know, this is why, you know, people say about people, you know, that you're moaning. It's not moaning. It's concern. People say, oh, you know, you're always moaning and whatever. But it's not, it's concern. When you see the drop-off, and when you see players, you know, these are supposed to be excellent players, which they have proved with previous clubs. And they've come here and nothing's happened. Especially with Wirtz. You know, he's supposed to be one of the great midfielders or wingers or whatever position Slot decides to play him. And that's the point. And Yusuf, this coach has said he hates low blocks, and we're going to be facing one this weekend. Everyone and their dog knows what Sean Dyche will do. You're right there, Yusuf. And Toscana agrees with Odette, what she said. Slot versus Sean Dyche, terrorist oof ball, says Cal. Hey, Callum. The hoofball. Tud. Hello, my mate. Hope you're okay. We will be okay. Red till we die. my mate. Yeah, of course, this is what it's about, Tud. We're all red till we die. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. And you get a fall off for some reason, and you know you have to blame the tactics. The tactics. And he can't play against low block. I've never known a manager like that. You know, they work it out. It seems to me he can't work it out. And as you said, you know, we're red till we're dead. Of course we are. Of course we are. You know, Tud, that I've been going since Shankly days. Followed them everywhere, like yourself, like your good self. Followed them everywhere, home, away, abroad. And when we do get concerned, look, every manager has come under criticism since I've been a Liverpool supporter, and that includes Shankly. He came under heavy criticism from the fans. You know, walking home, there was no social media then, but we were always talking, what's he playing him for? What's he playing him for? He picks him every week. And these were the players that was past the sell-by date, as you know. Ian St. John, he was a friend of mine. Ian, photographs with him today. Ian St. John, great player. But, you know, he even admitted that he was past the sell-by date at the time, you know, when I was talking to him. But he kept getting picked along with Big Rowdy Yates. You know, they were getting picked. And that's when Shankly came under heavy criticism of fans going home from a game in the pub. So he's not immune to criticism. I remember Bob Paisley, first season, never won a sausage. And everyone was saying, why pick him? He was the bucket man. He was under their criticism because he won nothing. And look what he did. No one will ever achieve what he did. No one. No matter who they are, no British manager. I don't think any of the players we got in the summer were bought by Slot, no. Both Edwards and Hughes, yes, Edwards, you're right. He was told you won't be buying any players, you won't be bringing in any players or whatever. And that's what he was told. That's why they got him. Xabi Alonso said, no, you're not on. Even Amarim, he said, well, no, sorry. Christopher. Hi, Frank, and everyone, like and subscribe. Thank you, Christopher, and good evening. Thank you. Got you them books there. When you come down. The Scottish guy is one to watch. His name is Kevin MacLeod, says Jeanette Darlington. Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod. We, Real Madrid. But this is how they should be playing game in, game out. Did you notice how the players seem more relaxed? They know their jobs and went out there and got the result they deserved. Yes, because he went back to the old tactics, you see. But as Arnie said, I'm trying new tactics on the training ground at AXA. He said it a couple of weeks ago. He said, new strategy. And I said at the time, why didn't the journalist say, well, it's not working? This is when we were getting beat. I think it was after the Crystal Palace game when we were absolutely dreadful. Oh. And Edward says, Ekatike has faded, I agree. He scored a goal for France on Inter. Yeah, it was a very good goal as well. And the boss. Greetings, FC and True Reds. I have no, in caps, trust in Fenway or their puppet coach. Fans can blame players, but I recall what Jurgen says. When we lose, blame me. AS blames everything else. As Odette said as well, blames everyone. Blame the fans, remember? Remember when he had to go with the fans? It was mad, that. Callum. Ciao, Frank. Come vanno le cose. Ho visto la slot machine at Dubai. Yeah, someone mentioned about him being in Dubai. And he was in Dubai after we lost 3 games on the bounce, remember? Where he should have been at AXA. That's disgusting. Could you imagine any Liverpool manager in the past, right from Shankly right up, even Hodgson and the Northern Irish fella, do you think they would have been on holiday? And I think he went there because his wife, his family won't live in Liverpool. They won't live in the country. So he has to go. He must live in Dubai. That's where he goes to visit them. And I think it's wrong. It's wrong. He should be at the AXA where his backroom staff working out tactics. Looking at videos of them. That's what he should be doing, not in Dubai. Tell his wife to come here to visit. That's my take on it. If it's a 3 p.m. kickoff, then it won't be on TV. Might be a blessing, says Oscar. Snapey says the performance against Real was full of intensive cohesion and intent. The question for me is, how can we be so indifferent in such a short time? Slot's got questions to answer and time's ticking. I think the Real Madrid saved them, to be honest. I think that game saved them. Because if we would have been beaten, say we was a drew at Aston Villa at Anfield, and we would have been beaten by Real, and then, that awful performance against Man City, I think he would have been gone. I really believe that. But who'd you get in? I'd just go for that Simeone Inzaghi. Frankie, says Daryl. Stone Roses lost a legend today, yet that Manny. And the boss says to Edward, irrelevant. If we sign more players, Slot is poor at man management and selling the wrong ones too. I just... Edgeworth. Snapey. The Villa game and the Madrid game could be in isolation. I tell you what, you're coming out with some wonderful quotes there, comments. Sorry. Let's agree with the comments from the boss. You are buying the top players and they crumble so quickly. Lack of confidence seem off the pace. Seems so unlike last season. Way off the pace. Lynn Ennis. Hey Lynn, evening Frank and chat. Let's hope for a win Saturday. Yeah, having the goat. Hey Frank, how have you been? I was wondering if you would give slot until January or the end of the season. It depends, if we keep on playing the way we are, in and out and not playing so good and, where he's got the ingredients of players. I think he could go before the season ends. It's no use keeping a manager if the results are not going the way they should be. Don't forget he's got star players. These players are brilliant players. You don't all of a sudden become a bad player overnight. These are top international players. These are 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 players, if you know what I mean. The Anfield videos. Hey Frank, if we beat Forest and Arsenal lose to Spurs in the North London derby, we could be third and just 5 points behind Arsenal, so no need to overreact just yet. Season isn't over. No one's overreacting. This is what I mean. No matter what anyone says, it's all ifs and buts, isn't it? It's what you're saying. If we beat Forest and Arsenal lose to Spurs, it's all ifs and buts. I always remember being at Anfield when Liverpool were playing Spurs and we drew 1-1. And I said to there's some fella next to me, two fellas next to me, to know who they were. And I said, that could cost us the title. Do you know when we got beat by 1 point by City? I said, that could cost us the title. And I was right. So it's all ifs and buts. The way I look at it, videos, is this. We were up there. We were looking down. We were well clear of Arsenal. Now we're looking up. Do you get my point? So, I could say if only we didn't get beaten those 6 games. If only. But we did. I don't go on ifs and buts. I really don't. There's too many of them in every profession that you follow. Ifs and buts, should-haves, would-haves. If only. And I've always said if is the longest word and the most difficult word in the English language. If. Think about it. Nottingham Forest are a good team despite how they are positioned in the league. I worry if they don't get an early goal, as Dyche will play typical Everton football and look to set pieces to score. Says a debt. Yeah, the goods are set pieces. Fucking hell, that's our Achilles heel, isn't it, at the moment? Cody. Hiya, Cody. Hey, Frank, I was wondering if you'd take us winning the Champions League this season if it meant we didn't sign any players in January or next summer. Look, every season, I look at 2 trophies. I've been brought up on them. I've seen them win it. And that's the Champions League. And obviously, the Premiership. Or the First Division title as it was then the Premiership. Every season coming in, I'd love us to get there and win both of them. Every single season. But that's me. That's me. Will we win it this season? I'm not commenting. There are some great teams, you know. I know we beat Real. I know we beat them. But they're a great team. McAllister GOAT. Hey, Frank, if a Saudi club comes in January with 50 million bid for Salah, would you accept? Would I accept 50 million? I think, yeah, I'd have to say, yeah. I love Mo Salah. Mo Salah won us the league last season. He won us it. With all his goals, he got the golden boot. He's been our leading goal scorer for years. And he's a winger. People forget that. He's a bloody winger. He did records assists last season. Without him, I remember on the podcast saying, sell him 2 years ago. He was saying this. Sell him, fucking sell him. And if we would have sold him, we wouldn't have won the league last season. Simple as that. Macca the GOAT, 50 isn't enough. Try it under, yeah, it isn't enough really, you know. And the GOAT says, I feel like surely he's not finished yet. He was amazing last. I want to believe he will deliver again. There's no way his ability has gone. No, it hasn't. It hasn't gone. It hasn't. But look, you've got to look at the owners here. You know, people think, oh, we spent all this money, you know, in the summer. They got a load of money back when you look at the net spend. They got a load back selling players, and they sold one of a player they should never have sold. And that was Lucho. Should never have sold him. But the money was coming in for him, 70 million or something. Get him, sell him, get some money back. And then he was selling our youngsters. Saul Nunes. So they got a lot of money back. A lot of money. Stephen Mulholland's my old mate. Congratulations to Andy Robbo and Scott. I hate the international break, but watch that incredible game. It's all Scotland now, isn't it? And Andy Robbo will be playing for the next 25 years at left back. Robertson is just one of the biggest moments of his career, and he said that he's had Jota on his minds all day, and you'll get morons on Twitter talking about how it shouldn't be affecting them. Do you mean collectively the team? Well, you mightn't like what I'm going to say here, but it's the way I look at it. And it's every 20 minutes, it's all the clapping. The players are aware of why they're clapping, so it's on the mind. They don't concentrate. They can lose concentration. And I don't think anybody has brought that up, only me, about the clapping for 20 minutes. When is it going to stop? Is it going to carry on forever? We all feel for Diogo and his lovely wife and family, our little babies. We feel for them. We grieve for them. We'll never forget them. But something has to stop and move on. Bless Robbo. Jota is looking down, smiling, love and miss you, Diogo, says Callum. Of course we all miss him. Every one of us. Now remember the talk before that tragic, terrible accident. What were fans saying? Who will be selling? And he was one of them. The fans were saying, Diogo will be getting, Jota will be going. That's what they were saying. Andy Robertson just says one of the best moments of his career, and the first thing he talks about is Diogo Jota. It's not an excuse nor the reason for Liverpool's drop, but it's a factor, says Darwin. And the boss to the GOAT, the McAllister GOAT. Mo needs a reset, but I don't feel Slot has a clue how to handle top-level players. Good shout, though. Don't forget, he came from the Dutch league and now found out. I would rather he stays on holiday too. See, a friend of mine there said, Red Silver Dead. And I don't know, is it a moan? Is it a moan, Red Silver Dead? Of course, we're all Red Silver Dead. Or I wouldn't be fucking doing this, to be honest. I wouldn't be doing this. I couldn't give a fuck, me. I'd rather put my fire on in the living room and sit and watch the telly with a cup of tea and a biscuit. Do you see what I mean? And it's like you wouldn't be on here if you weren't concerned and you never supported the Reds, or you did support the Reds, but you didn't give a fuck about them, if you know what I mean. Because there's Reds like that. I'm just a Liverpool football fan. I've been from the age of 6 and getting dragged to the match at 7 to the boys' pen. In Anfield. Then as I got a bit older, I was going up to fucking Gig Lane and down to Stoke and fucking everywhere I was going. Following them. Mad places. You think about it and, you know, people are saying, I was told to support another club, me. When I made a comment once. I go and support another club. Who the fuck are these people to tell me to go and support another club? And a plastic fan. What's a fucking plastic fan? Who the fuck are they? They've got nothing to say, you see. So they say these things, go and support another club. Why are you moaning? You know, see, we give a reason why. We're not moaning, we're concerned. And our concerns are put on there, on comments. The concern of the club, the concern of the team, the concern of the coach. And it's down while we're playing fucking bad. It's as simple as this. It's down to the fucking coach. When we do play bad, and we have been playing fucking bad, and his backroom staff, Eredivisie thing, what fucking Dutch manager has been successful? As I said, Mo Salah won us that fucking league. Because if we had got rid of him as some fucking arseholes, fans, who tell me, you know, to go and support another club, you'd have got rid of him then, he wouldn't have won it. Who the fucking hell would have won it, for us? He would have done all the records, assists, and won a golden boot. Tell me. To win the league. And Big Arnie gets the accolade. Cody, I think it's time to put Diogo's song in 20 minutes to an end now. Thank you, Cody. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. Not now. I've been saying it for a while now. It's like the... remember, we got an American fucking thing. Taking the fucking knee. And that was going on every fucking game. What the fuck? We wear these fucking things, you know, stop racism. We all know about racism. Racism will never, ever stop in this world. It'll never stop. They can fucking keep on saying it till the cows come home. Never stop. There'll always be racism. And then they were doing the knee. What the fuck's that all about? An American thing that was. And they fucking said, you better do it. Fucking telling us to do it. America. I always remember that lad not doing it. Play for Crystal Palace was a Sacco. Or whatever his name was. And he just stood there. He wouldn't fucking take the knee. He just stood there, the lad. Because you know what the knee was for, don't you? And it wasn't to stop racism, to be honest, because it'll never stop. Listening to Robbo shows that the lads are still struggling. They don't need reminding every single game halfway through the second half, says Cody. Yes, of course, that's what I've fucking been saying. That's what I've been saying. Look, I lost a fucking mate when I was 24. I carried them as well. To the fucking grave. I've carried family members. Gone to me mother's funeral, my grandmother's funeral, uncle's funerals, auntie's funerals. And it's fucking devastating. It really is. But we have to move on. You might think I'm harsh or something like that, but I'm not. It's reality. There's fucking kids being killed as we speak now in Gaza, queuing up for fucking food, for God's sake. The bus to the goat. Poland. It's the Poland. I wish you fucking write properly. Jota may be a factor. It's that fucking Poland. But a good manager would tell the players to use his memory to win games. Slot doesn't have that in his locker. Only a coach, not a manager. Yeah. Even if Frank and chat says, hiya tea. Hiya tea, mate. Is LFC, says Adet, not about being first and serial winners until Klopp came along. Fans put up with a trophy now and again. Slot had a machine given to him, and some fans accept mediocrity again. No, 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 no. In caps. We didn't accept mediocrity. I fucking didn't like when Hodgson came along. I didn't like when the fucking Northern Irishman came along. I said it. I said it on that LFC TV. I fucking like him. But we're nothing with him. To Claire Rourke, she was front. Jimmy Case was with me. And Jimmy was, we're going to win. It'd be great. But we fucking won't. And I was proved right. I was proved right with Hodgson. And then the big year came along and won everything on a shoestring. This fella gets fucking loads. Millions. And as I said about the analogy of being a chef, he can't fucking put the ingredients and make anything. That's in my opinion. I could be wrong. He could become the greatest manager of all time. But I doubt it. And Barry Aldridge, even if Frank and everyone from chilly Southampton visiting relatives in brackets. I said there was a long way to go, and I stand by it, especially if we do well over the next dozen games or so. Yeah, well, let's see. Dozen games. Yeah, let's see. There's all ifs and buts a game, Barry. I'm afraid. It's all ifs. It's all buts. I got an email, says my old mate Sting, from LFC telling me they had tickets for sale during the next few home games. Prices are £90 or £200, hospitality only. and Snapey. In the fast-paced league, Slot plays with the brakes on. Kirkes typifies that we're in too rigid a structure. If it doesn't flow, then it quickly stagnates into the turgid, fair Slot serving up. Look, players are told what to look. I looked at. I don't follow German football. You know, I never follow it. What for? What the fuck do I want to follow German football for? You know, there are fans who follow all kinds of football, no matter where it's played. I follow Serie A. I do when I can, and. When we were signing Vert, Francine said to me, "Dad, he's brilliant, you know." Oh, then the social network, you know, other pods were going, "That's fucking great. He's getting it. Liverpool are going to be a different, you know." So I waited, but I did watch that Kirkes because he was playing in the Premiership, and he was fucking good. Not just against Liverpool, but against everyone for Bournemouth. Young Kirkes. Then we have Vert, as you know. Then we brought in Ekitike. He started off well, but faded. Then we had Isak. Great player, because I've seen him fucking play. What's happened? Is it the coaching? Is it the coaching? Or am I allowed to say that? Or aren't you allowed to say that? Because someone says, you know, support another fucking club. Aren't we allowed to say anything? Aren't we allowed to be concerned? Fuck's sake. I don't see a top manager, Inzaghi, etc., will want to come because they know that the Fenway shark accountants make all the decisions. That to Stephen. I heard from some fans who get these type of emails regularly. I think the club has difficulty selling hospitality at prices, as prices are so high and we're approaching Christmas. Yes. £90 a game. Okay, now. You know, what is it? It's like 270 quid if I wanted to bring Sophia and Francine the game. Then you've got to spend. You know what I mean? When you're there, so it's going to cost you a hell of a little fortune. I've done it. Frank, give me the squad, and I would most experienced supporters with a brain would do better. But I wouldn't work for the investors. The infestors. I like that. Daz. Big up Frank, mate. What's your 11 for Saturday? If you were Slot, I'm not fucking Slot. I don't want to be fucking Slot. Would you put Ali in goal? You know, people are saying we miss Ali. Ali's great, best goalkeeper in the world for me. But you know, the goals that we conceded. I don't think, you know, Marmaduke, Villy, he had no chance with them. And I don't think the big Ali would have saved 90% of them. I really don't. Because, you know, the score. It's sleepy. Woulda, coulda, shoulda is pure hypothesis. Yes. What might happen is pure conjecture, based mostly on wishful thinking. Points on the board and solid performances, however, aren't just theories. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember when we were going to play Man City, you know, after the Real Madrid game, and you had the people saying, fucking hell, we're going to fucking steamroll of these after the Real Madrid game, that is, because City are not firing on all cylinders. They're getting fucking beat. And we're there, we're going to take them. And we all know what fucking happened then. That's a cracking comment, that's Snapey. And the boss, the positive is that I think Arsenal are being hyped and we could still be there or about if. Semenyo says that. Plays on the left and right. 65 million deal with Bournemouth. Wouldn't surprise me. Edwards Hughes were offered good money for Salah and 400k off the wage bill. That they would let him go in Jan or summer. You'd have to bring money in. That's what the owners do. They have to bring money back in. They don't like spending money. I'm telling you now. They do not like spending money. And Toscana, I do think it's time for the clapping to stop. Diogo will never be forgotten. It's as simple as that. Yes. 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 If that game had ended 2-2, Robertson would have been the fall guy for conceding the penalty in the Denmark game. So, from villain to hero. Exactly. Good shout, that's it. Excellent shout, in fact. As for the international, says the boss, as a party in the local Dublin pub Sunday night, when Irish lads won in the last minute of Budapest. Bonus for us as Dom gets summer break. Sorry, lad. I think, don't be surprised if Dom goes in the summer. You might think, what? I'm telling you now. Oh, the boss. This is the only channel worthy of Liverpool supporters. Hit in caps. The likes, lads. Thanks, boss. When our club suffers, says the Snape, we all feel it. Of course, yeah. Those who don't care if we lose never got it in the first place. Our disquiet is born of genuine worry about our team. Those who are ambivalent aren't devotees. Not a good shout. They're all good shouts, actually. A suggestion I heard to stop Diogo clapping on the 20th game of the season, says the boss. Of course, we have to be concerned. We can't just live off past glories. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, says Toscana. Excellent quote. And King Vader. All right, Frank, what do you think for Saturday? This is, I'll be asking, when I go through these, I'll be asking, like, for who would you like to see in goal? Who would you like to see in the back four? Who would you like to see up front and midfield? And predictions. Monsieur Frank, I think it's time Jota was given peace. Yes. He will always be a legend, but he doesn't need claps or permanent memorial, just like Hillsborough 97 is needed. Sadly, life has to move on. Those fucking people would stop fucking sending me messages. Kira Price. Marcella, buonasera, Franco and Chatters. Kira Price. Have you gone under another name? Are you someone else? Because I've never heard of Kira Price. Is right, Frank, says the boss. I have also lost everyone. Parents, son, wife, sick. Jesus. We move on. Have to or fall down. My parents had it tougher than me in Wales Water. Of course, dwelling on loss has limited benefit. And King Vader. Any half-decent manager would win the league with these players. Exactly. We'd be fucking running away with the league now. Buonasera, Franco and Chatter, says Bella Italia. Hiya, Bella. That's it. Monsieur Frank, can you see Szoboszlai to Madrid? Yeah. And LFC do a wonderful deal and get one of their midfielders. Camavinga. No. Oh, Shumane. No. That's a fucking. I'd rather have Tom than Shumane. Wouldn't mind Shumane in the team here, but Tom gone. Tom's fucking brilliant. Dom's been knitting us together. Even in the defeats, he's all over the fucking place. And Bella says, Marcella, my brother and I have been attending all the matches since we were young, and we can really see the difference in the team now that Slot is managing it. That's from Marcella and her brother who go to the game. And they've been seeing the difference. Well, anyway, what are we going to do on Saturday? Sean Dyche and his Nottingham Forest side. I think, look, from now on, I think we have to change back to how We won the league last season with Jurgen Klopp's tactics. High press. We've got to fucking high press every fucking team. Him and his stupid backroom staff have to sort out this low block. He has to. If he can't, fuck him off. Because that's what coaches are there for, to break down other teams. What other manager has been so successful at our club? From Jurgen, from Shankly up to Jurgen. And you can name them on one hand. One hand. And that's it. Kenny just missed out on a double in the 80s. Just missed out. When Arsenal of all teams beat us. When that Michael Thomas scored the second, I was there. We only had to get beat 1-0 at home. Ray Houghton missed the fucking City. Never forget that. It was true. Missed the City. And then we bought Thomas. Bought him. So you see, it's difficult. I don't slag Liverpool off, I've never. When people say go and support another team, they think that I'm slagging off Liverpool, and I'm not. I'm concerned how they're playing, and then. If you're concerned how they play, that comes from the coach or the manager telling them how to play. So when we say something, it's about the coaching. They're coaching it wrong. Not about the fucking team, not about Liverpool. Because we all love Liverpool. It's about the fucking coaching. They're getting it wrong. The sloop man, Slot, came out, didn't he, and said it. I never read it, where I don't read fucking any press. Never read it since the current bunk came out with the truth. And other fucking papers, but they were backtracking other papers as well, right after Hillsborough. So I don't fucking bother with them. They're all full phony. So I heard Slotman on that LFC TV saying with his own mouth, words coming out of there, you got a tongue, look. And a tongue helps you to talk, believe it or not. And I heard Mr. Shiny saying we're working on new strategy at AXA. And that's when I said, well, why didn't the fucking journalists tell them that it's not working? No matter how you try a new strategy, won't work. You don't fix what's not broken. That's what he's doing. It's not broken, but he's trying to fix it with a fucking square peg and a round hole. Am I right? Of course I'm right. You can have a million analogies and it still won't be right. It still won't be right. So, is Ali fit enough to play at the weekend? I don't think he is. I think we'll have to give him another, have him on as sub. Not have him on as, but have him as sub. And let him train, until the next game, which is PSV next Tuesday. Put him in for that. Put him in for that. Also, what you've got to look at is how the players have been playing for the national teams, and they've been playing great, apparently. Great. I'm so fucking sorry. I've always supported the Azzurri. But I said to, I think it was Bella and Toscana a while back, and why Italy has lost. Italy were a fantastic national side. Cannavaro holding up a World Cup. And that's not so long ago. But I said at the time, they're bringing in too many foreign players. Italy. Having all these, forgetting the grassroots footballers. And that's why they slumped. And the same as English football. The fucking big joke about the English football is it's coming home. What's coming home? The bus. Yeah, the fucking bus. Empty. An empty bus is coming home. It's coming home. Fucking hell. I'll predict now that England, Scotland, Ireland, or any of them will not win the World Cup. Nope. I tell you what I can't make out as well. Is it Colombia? No, it's not Colombia. Someone in South America has lost 9 or 10 games and they're fucking going through. How's that possible? But it's some sort of... Oh, how's it then? Forget who it was. Forget the team. Maybe one of you would tell me. But they lost 10 games and they're going through. It wasn't Colombia. Too good, Colombia, to lose 10 games. Bolivia that was. Lost 10 games and they're going through. And that's what I can't make out. And there's Hungary going out. I wanted Hungary to go through, to be honest. Not against the Irish, don't get me wrong, or the Scottish or the English. No, I've got nothing against them. I just don't support them. So there's no messages. Well, anyway, the back four has to be. The back four has to be Dashvili. He has to be in goal. Because I don't think the other fella will be fit. No, he's fit, but not match fit. if you know what I mean. That's why I think he'll be thrown in against PSV next week. Then you've got I think Bradley, because Frimpong isn't ready. So you'll have Bradley, Canate, Virgil, and Robertson. The forwards, I'd love to see Ekatike, Isak, and Salah play. I'd love to see them. Where the slot is and all, I don't know. Midfield. Now, where's the thing? Midfield. You've got to have Dom in it. Dom will be angry and wanting to fucking prove a point. Gravenberch. And I'll put Jones there. Put Jones there. But if I was Slot, I'd put 4 in midfield and take one of the forwards out. And I'm not fucking naming them either. Four, 4-2. So, have you stopped? You know, who would you want to see? And a prediction. I'm going to go for 2-1 for us. 2-1. I think you have stopped talking to me. Unless there's something. Can you hear me, by the way? Has everything stopped? Just say yes or no. And then if it's no, because I'll have to end it. If I'm talking to myself. What I mean by talking to myself, I don't know whether you're there, whether you can see me. I just don't know. I've never seen it. Thank you, Snapey. Thank you. See, they weren't going down. Sorry about that, people. The King Vader is me, Frank. The King. Oh, are you King? It must be an old username for some reason. My name's John. All right, John. Thank you, King. That's great, that. Do you know what? I don't know what's happened because they're all coming up with funny little things like Snapey there, at Snapey, Callum, and Callum. Cheers, John. Thanks, mate. One of my concerns is that Slot actually realised the pressure he's under. The expectations at LFC are incalculable. I hate saying the fucking incalculable by any conventional means or metric. At times, Slot seems too laid back. I think when you think I'm not being funny when I say this, you know. When you say about he's all thinking he's all laid back, I think he's fucking panicking. I really do. I think he's fucking worried. Look at that fucking hell. I'm telling you now. I don't think he's laid back. I think he's more fucking in panic mode. And Bella says, it was my daughter friend. She just wanted to say hello to you. Hello. Hello. That's nice. Thank you. Whoever you are, thank you. And Snapey says, my head says we might scrape a draw. My heart says a convincing demolition of Everton's former manager. Trouble is, given our current form, I'm torn between two scenarios. I'll back us to a else 3-0. Good. Good. It's good. Buonasera, Toscana. Your views are spot on, Franco, about Italy. Yeah. Destroyed me, that. Couldn't believe it. I totally agree with you, Franco, about Italy. Football club, says the lovely Bella. Written by the lovely Marcella. I had an anti-Marcella, by the way. Yep. She's a fucking nuisance, stuff. And the Jet says, Monsieur Frank, I think he'll play Allison. Okay. Bradley Canate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Sabot, Maka, Gravenberch, Gapco, Salah, Ekatike. Well, anyway, that should beat them, that team, if the right tactics are played. That's it. Mind you, everybody, you know, the way Robertson's been praised, you know, getting through, and I think he'll pick him. Yes, mate. Can hear me. Thank you. Tuscan. I'd definitely put Jones in the middle. I honestly. The lovely Adet. I can hear you, Monsieur Frank. Thank you. Nothing was going through, you see, nothing at all. And I thought it was talking to me. As you do. As I do, anyway. Look at them, my hands are freezing. Little hands are freezing. Watch the film. And if you stream it, it's good. It's good. I've got to tell you about it. You know, not tell you about, but tell you the title of the film. And it's called Man versus. That's all. Man versus. VS, you know, versus man. See, what it is briefly is that this fella is a TV thing, you know, like a survivalist. And a crew are bringing him out somewhere in America, you know, out in the wilderness, surrounded by forests and trees. And they say, one of them says, listen, this has got to be good. You've got to be good in this to get the ratings up, or we could all be out of a job. And he just goes, okay, he says, watch it. You see him in survival mode. You know, how do you do it? You know, like lighting fires, no matches, no nothing, you know. It's just in a tent and things. And his own, like, little bivouac he makes, if you know what I mean. But watch it. It's good. I enjoyed it anyway. the lovely Toscana. I can hear you loud and clear and can see you. Thank you, Toscana. We're still here, Frank. Snape. It just wouldn't go. I never. It was all mad. That's why I thought it was on me. Anyway, Toscana. There's always comments coming through as well. Yes. Yes. Now they are. Isak will start on Saturday, says me old mate, Steve Mulholland, the fella who goes to exotic places for his holidays, like Cape Verde and Cuba. Better not go to Cuba. I think Little Eels wants to invade it. Rubio. Personally, not my choice, Monsieur Frank, but I'd heard earlier Allison was in line to start on Saturday. Maybe, I don't know. Robertson can't play 2 games so quick. I think he plays against PS. Very good shout. Very good shout. Yes. Good shout that, actually. That's it. Yeah. And John, he says, Ali, Bradley, Gomez, Virgil, Kirkes, Jones, Grav, Sabo, Virts, Ekatike, and Isak. 4-3-1-2. Gomez is a surprise there for me, what you put in, to be honest. So you drop Canate and put him in the middle with the Verge. Kirkes at left back. Well, that's a good show because even Adet said that. Jones, Gravo, Sabozlai, Verts, Ekatike, Isak, and no Mo. Okay. But then again, that's another good side. Quite capable of beating Nottingham Forest. And Barry says, I reckon Saturday's score will be the same as the day Keegan made his debut following his 33,000 transfer from Scunthorpe. Well, I forget the score, to be honest. And that's it. Is that a sci-fi horror film? I thought you were going to say Man versus Food. LOL. No, just watch it. Odette. And thank me later. You know, this fella, he just says goodbye to his, wife and child because he's going to do this thing. Kisses. Kiss that little girl. Come back, Daddy. All safe and well. Sure, honey. I will. Then he goes in the van with his crew. You know, when he sets up little cameras, so we can talk into them. And things, in a little campfire, a little camp he's made. Burning fire. You'll actually see him skinning a rabbit to cook it. But watch it. Watch it. And Bella. Lol, mashallah. I think my mama thinks the same, Franco. Better get your dad to be all right for Christmas. The Scrooge. Do you know what? Last night, with the history of literature, one of the girls, Ephemerella, whatever her name is, and she says, "Will you do?" I said, "Yeah, we'll do it." And I put a picture up. Edgar Allan Poe, and I said, "We'll do it later," and she fucked up. And that's the problem. That's the problem. For the day, we're going to do a Christmas Carol in depth. But we'll do that the week after next, when we're near Christmas. So you see, it's things when people ask to do something and you do them and they're not fucking there. I was talking to Anthony, I said, most probably she thought that, we should have done it right away. And went, "Oh, fuck this, I'm going." And that's wrong. Anyway. But we will do Christmas Carol, that's it, for you. And the rest of them. Canate's been terrible this year, says, yeah, the King. John, yeah, you're right. I think his head's been turned, to be honest. I really do. 3-1 Frank says Barry Aldridge. That goal coming from a set piece, not from open play. I'd say 2-1. They'll score them. Fucking hell, I'm freezing, Put me fire on. Make a cup of tea. Yeah, that's what I'll do when I've finished. Anything else? Any more predictions? No. New comments? Yep. Keegan's debut, and he scored, says Barry. It was great going a match then, It was just great. Did he come from Scunthorpe or Doncaster? Because where did Ray Clements come from? Did he come from Doncaster? Because one of them came from Scunthorpe and the other one came from Doncaster. Be interesting to know that, actually. But nevertheless, Kevin Keegan, we all thought when he was leaving, he won't be replaced. When we were in Rome, winning the European Cup for the first time, and Keegan got the penalty. Played well, Keegan, that game. Terry McDermott was outstanding. Suey, they're all great. Clements never has a chance with Cements. What was his name? Simonson, or whatever his fucking name was. Scored a cracker. But so did we. Tommy Smith scoring a header. Tommy Smith from the corner. Stevie Highway corner. Pumpkin. the fella behind me, "What are you crying for?" Because I'd never think I'd see the day that we won a European Cup. That'll always resonate with me, what that fella said to me. Yes. He was my age then, if you know what I mean. He was a young fella. Long black hair and a beard. And Steve says, Bo Clements all came from Scunthorpe, the pair of them. Ah, thank you, Toscana. So that's where, yeah. Keegan was born in Doncaster, but we bought him from Scunthorpe. Thank you. Do you know, there used to be a place in around Williamson's called Logan's Boutique. And we used to just call it Logan's. Where you go and going down to Logan's yard for a pullover. And Keegan was in there buying something. All right, Kevin. Oh, you're great. Oh, okay. Never said much, you know. I was just like, "Hello, Kevin. How are you?" It's great when you see the players, you know. And Barry says, Clements also from Scunthorpe, 18 grand. Clem. He was the greatest goalkeeper we ever had. Until Allison came along. I always remember this fella, you know, saying to me, "You know, when you buy an alley from Roma, well, what are we buying him for? We scored 5 against him." I just said, "Well, we know what we're doing if we're buying him. Klopp knows what he's doing." And look how he turned out. Barry. Alan Simonson, yes. Thank you. I was at Terry McDermott. There was a little bet going around at the time, you know, going over there. And it was, you know, who scored the first goal in the European final? Little bet. I think it was like £1, you know, then. Putting £1 in. And I was going to put, honestly, I was going to put Terry Mac. So Terry McDermott. Put him in. And I didn't. I thought it would have been Stevie Ivy. No, it didn't. Not Stevie Ivy. Why did I say that? Stevie Ivy. No, it was. I put Stevie Ivy. That's it. Did I? Yes, Stevie Ivy. I thought Stevie Ivy would have got the goal. And anyway, 3 won it. 3 fellas. You know, the things went all coming home. You know, that was it. All given out then. Great. Terry Mack scored the very first goal in a European Cup final for Liverpool Football Club. Great Terry McDermott, one of our greatest of all midfielders. IBR. Evening, Don Franco. Hope you're well. Good to see you, IB. Good to see you. 2-1 for us, says Bella. Yeah, that's my prediction. And Toscana. I remember when Keegan went to Hamburg, they wouldn't pass the ball to him. They were saying, where we were all saying, what are we going to do when he goes? And who did we replace him? IBR. Keegan was a special. He was unbelievable. Him and the Toshak together. You were like telepathy. They just found each other with headers and jumping up for the header, knowing where each other was. Incredible. And Bella says, Kevin Keegan was born in Armthorpe, Doncaster. Fucking hell, Armthorpe. What kind of a name's that? There's a place in Lancashire called Ramsbottom. Fancy saying, where are you from? I'm from Ramsbottom. Fucking hell. You'd leave, wouldn't you? Or you'd make up a hey, fucking Ramsbottom. And yet there's people named Ramsbottom because they came from there. Snapey. My father wouldn't let me go to Rome in 77. Still gutted to this day. I missed it. However, a year later, Keegan replacement chipped the keeper to retain in caps the club football biggest prize. Yes. Kenny, true genius. Yes. I was talking to Kenny with Jimmy McGovern. He was at a function. And I said to him, every time I see that on the telly, I showed my daughter a few times. I said, he's running over to me. And he just looked at me. What's to say? Only kidding, Kenny. Great, Kenny. Great. But he had, I've always said this, but he had 10 other, including the keeper, by the way, when I say this, world-class players with him. Every one of them. He was in such a phenomenal team. It was incredible. Every player world-class. And I was saying, I don't know whether it was on LFC TV or something, I don't know, I forget. And I said, I wonder if, what he would have, would he have still been the same if he would have been playing in a team that were in the decline. And then the likes of Steven Gerrard, when he came on the scene, he never had 10 world-class players with him. How would he have fitted in? If there would have been no Steven Gerrard, how would he have fitted in then? That's what I said. That's why I've always said Steven Gerrard is the greatest Liverpool legend. And another fella came when we had no one. Only like Stevie. And he came. And I said, I've always said, I'll say it again, not ashamed to say it, that he was the greatest footballer to put a red jersey on. But he didn't stay too long. and that was Luis Suarez. Incredible player. Incredible. Just imagine him at his peak in this side, not this side, in the Kenny Dalglish side. Toscana. This is bringing back memories. First thing on a Monday morning at school, me and my friend, another Ed in brackets, would discuss the weekend's results. It was an all girls school, and they thought we were nuts. Who will? Says the who? I missed out on something there. And Barry said, my dad would have let me go to Rome either, Snapey. I was gutted. I was lucky, my old girl. Paid for everything. Because I was a nice little boy. Well, a nice young boy. A nice fella. Paid for everything. Then I hitched down the following year to Wemb for us to retain it. Hitched it. The idea, who wins between Liverpool's 70s best 11 and Liverpool's 80s best 11? The 80s. See, half of them went in from the 70s into the 80s side. But when you had, that 80s side, they were phenomenal. That was the best Liverpool side ever. 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 And then, under Jürgen, I always remember saying to Francine, I said, watch these. You'll understand where I'm coming from when I finish. I said, watch these because you will never see another trio like them. And that was Mo, Mane, and Bobby. Phenomenal. He was a right back, I always forget it, a left back or a right back, playing for Man City. Forget his name. Some foreign fella, he's South American. And he said, and it was after the game, he beat them, Man City. And he said, they're coming at you, you don't know where they are. He said, they're that fast. He said, they've got the ball 1 minute, then you go to tackle and it's what else? That was them three. Toscana. To Snapey. Kenny scored the winner in 78 on my birthday. What a prezi that was. If I ever see him, I'll thank him. That's nice. That's nice, Toscana. Our Francine's birthday is always around the, European finals. Her birthday's on the 27th of May. How many times did Gerrard have to grab the game by the scruff of their neck? Says Toscana. Too many to count. Absolutely. He just, yeah. Yes. And people forget when we won in Istanbul that it was his header that put us on the road against AC. His header from a Gianna Risa there, cross, bump. And then he went, come on. Lifted us. Incredible. Gerrard's through balls for Torres, sublime. Yeah, him and they were incredible team together, those two. Incredible. Just have a look at some of the shots of Steven Gerrard's goals. Incredible. You know, two that stands out is the Cardiff final. Like just a couple of minutes ago. Well, he did. The one against Olympiacos. That shot from in Cardiff from Gerrard, that won us the game. You know, we went on, won the penalties. But that won us the game. We were beaten. And the one against Olympiacos, we went on to win the European Cup. And the header, bang. You'll never find another captain like him. He was a one-off player. That's the way I look at it. And I've seen loads of players come and go. Kenny's one of them. Great player, Kenny. But would he have done the same as what Steven Gerrard did? I doubt it. Suarez was a one-off warrior. No, a one-off. A warrior with tenacity of a pit bull. I often wonder how him and Torres would have paired up with Stevie as a 10. Do you know, we bought him to team up with Torres. Did you know that? They had the same agent. But the owner said sell him because they wanted the fucking money back. And Chelsea offered 50 million. Oh, get that fucking money in, sell him. Because he was bought to team up with Torres. And if you could imagine Snapey with Gerrard as a 10, fuck. You know, they talk about dreams, parents. Fucking hell, that would have been a dream team. In the 80s, midfield was a machine, says Snapey. Suey, Ray Kennedy, McDermott in case. It has everything you need from a midfield. Souness ran games on his own, a true leader of men, Suey. And Terry McDermott was one of the greatest. Incredible player. Ran and ran and ran. Just like what you see Szoboszlai doing today. But he ran and ran and ran and scored some fucking the most. He scored the best goal I've ever seen him. Best. Two of the best goals I've seen. I have three. I have Terry Mack, first and second, and Jan Molby, third. The header against his top. The header against Spurs. That move was in all one touch. And the ball by Stevie Highway. He was running. and that fucking ball came over from the left, and it was like nothing you've ever seen. As he was running, and Highway knew exactly where to put it. It wasn't like coming over like that, and so you could go like that. He was fucking running towards it. He just Highway just knew where to put it, and he ran onto it and like boom, goal. Past Barry Danes, 7th goal, incredible. And we were down at White Hart Lane, cup match, I think it was. Not quite so sure. But anyway, we were fucking there. And Terry McDermott scores one of the greatest goals you're ever likely to see, where he chested it, tied it, and volleyed it. And he was out on the right wing when he hit it with his left. It was fucking incredible. At such an angle. And the third one was Jan Molby against Man United. We were in the cup, and he gets the ball in our half and fucking runs towards the cup, beating everyone. And he just let fly and blasted it. Some goal. Tenth of the 5th, 78. My mother was 39, Tosca. Mine's on the 11th of the 5th. Say Snapey 2. Tosca. Bella. Istanbul was one of the greatest football games when Gerrard came out in the second half. Inquiry encouraged the crowd and his plays that night. Istanbul was one of the greatest football game when Gerrard came out in the second half. Inquiry encouraged the crowd and his plays that night arrived. I think you're writing a little poem there, weren't you, sweetheart? I like that. Steve Highway was a great youth team coach. Yes. What a fantastic experience, says Billy. Absolutely. A midfield has to work like a well-oiled machine, says the IBR. So have a go. A balance of defence and attack is essential, but Sloot can't see that. No. Ian Rush, says Bella, was an all-time legend. Yes. Oh. You forgot about the free kick against Everton at Main Road, yeah. But it wasn't a free kick. He flicked it up, didn't he? Fucking hit it. Chipped it. Do you mean the chip? He scored some unbelievable goals, does Terry, man. No, you don't forget that. But you're right there. Snapey. The 80s midfield wouldn't last 2 minutes in this era, not even the likes of Roy Keane. Too many players today are soft, and VAR will only put these players more under the microscope. You have players playing for Liverpool very hard. You know, does Souness or Tommy Schmidt or any of them ever break anyone's leg? No. And you mentioned Keane. Did you ever remember that Boussard or someone when he fucking broke his leg? It was shocking. Should never have fucking played after that. Keane, what he did, fucking horrible. That he was fucking dirty. Yeah. Roy Keane. Should never have fucking played after that. And that's a great comment by your dad there. Too many players today are soft, and VAR will only put these players more under the microscope. And Snapey totally agrees with a dad. And Adet says, my Prem favourite, Vieira, would be sent off every week. Of course he would. Today he would. I am still shocked how much the referees in this country inadequacies are covered, excuses made. Even with VAR, they are dreadful. Yes. And the Snape says, couldn't agree more that the current adjudication isn't fit for purpose. I never, do you know what? I never ever used to make excuses about referees. You know, if we were ever beaten, and I'm talking about through the years, and that fucking referee was out there, and I never blame them. You blame because we never scored more. That's who you blame. We didn't score more. But now it's all changed. You do fucking blame the referees. You do blame VAR. Shocking decisions. Like Virgil van Dijk's goal against City. I should have stood. And he was on VAR. You had that fucking referee I never liked anyway, you know. Refereeing the fucking game. And then you had Michael Oliver on the VAR. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Russia had the ultimate butler service from, yes. That says 346 goals puts him in a class above of his own. Yes. Yes. Today's game, unfortunately, is based on referees looking at freeze frames and makes it look worse. I'm all for good tackles and playing guard, but fair. But football will sadly never be the same again. Yes. You can't, you know, It's changed so much, football. Changed so much. And so are the fans. Fans have changed. You know, you can't say anything. You can't criticise. You can't be concerned. You've just got to shout, "Come on, Reds! Come on, Reds!" and get beat. Next game, "Come on, Reds! Come on, Reds!" Get beat. You can't fucking say anything. You can't say, "Hang on a minute, what's going on here?" Just like the games we haven't played fucking well. There's only Real Madrid where we played very, very well. But did they have never mind. It's another but. Cantona was reprehensible reptile stamping on players when they are already prostrate on the floor. After Selhurst Park, that Frenchman shouldn't have kicked another ball in England. Yeah, he did a kung fu kick, didn't he? I said it at the time. He should never, ever play. But it was Man United, you see. If it would have been anyone else, he would have been fucking banned. He would have got banned, fined, and thrown out the fucking country. Never to play here again. But that was my opinion then. And it hasn't changed. Video technology is not, video technology is not to blame. In rugby league and rugby union, they get the decisions right, but they are knowledgeable and know the rules. Now, it's like the Chuckle Brothers to me, to you. Madness. Snapey, agree. Horrible. Le Brat. And that's Cantona, Eric Cantona. I always remember when he was like that. You know, with his collar, it was great. And Neil Ruddock went up and put a fucking down. He was like that up. Like that with his collar. Oh, fuck off. Then he put it back up again. Well, people, waiting for this fella to be, come on, that's it. When Howard Webb was a referee, he was Michael Oliver of his day in Fergie's pocket. Then he is made the man in charge of the referee union. Hypocrites, Monsieur Frank, yes. And John, the King. I don't like the season's long throws and set pieces. The time wasting ridiculous. It's like American football. Do you know the long throws? That's who the sloop man blames. They're playing different football. When you fucking sort it out, Arnie. They're playing low blocks. It's fucking sorted out, Arnie. The set pieces are not fucking sorted out, Arnie. That's what you're there for. I don't like fucking excuses. Never have done, never will do. And on that wonderful note, if you're going to join me tomorrow night for the current affairs, by all means join me. You know that it's hard hitting. It's hard hitting. And there's loads of things to say about the 28 peace plan that fucking Russia won't agree to. and backtracking by Trump on the Alaska proposal. And there's Kellogg being sacked. He's not resigning. He's being fucking sacked. That fucking idiot. He's just telling lie after lie to the other fella, Trump. And he's fucking believing him. And Lindsey Graham. What a pair of fuckers they are. But anyway, that's all tomorrow night. And if you want to join me, that's fine. And on Saturday morning, I've got the TV and film review. I told you one film to watch, Man Versus. That's all it says, Man Versus. And I keep telling you to watch. I know Bella Italia is watching it, still watching it, is The Outsider. She says, oh, it's great, Franco, it's great. It's a great. And Johan, he normally comes on, he says he's watched it, he said it's brilliant. And that's The Outsider. And you just won't fucking watch any of them, I say. Even Spotless. I asked you to watch Spotless. They're only small series, like just one set of them. 8 or 10 episodes. That's it. No, like second season 2 and 3 and 4. I've stopped watching Tulsa for that. Season 3, but you can see the strain of the storyline in season 3, so I stopped watching. Even Jason said it, the producer. He said, I said, so fine. Never strain a series. Then Sky has Slotsballsy mate Dermot Gallagher on Monday backing up the referees. Fuck-ups on Sky. They are a joke, Monsieur Frank. And have some cheek to lie through their teeth. Yeah. Got loads of lies. There's a great quote, and it's, who is it? And said, one idiot, Franz Kafka, one idiot is an idiot. 2 idiots are 2 idiots. 10,000 idiots is a political party. Love them. Oh, what a terrible era we're living in. While idiots govern the blind. Shakespeare. Arsenal's kickoff is kicking it out near our corner flag to move 3 up the pitch. That's rugby. Enjoying Tulsa King, Frank. Good. I won't watch series where there's season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6. Won't watch it. And Snapey to Odette. Howard Webb is an ex-Yorkshire police officer. His agenda is obvious. He is, as is his bias. He's a slimy man. I know where you're coming from there, rather than me say it, Snapey. And I think you're right. Buonasera, grazie, Franco and Co, says Toscano. Very enjoyable evening. See you all tomorrow evening. There's a lot to discuss. The world is mental. Yes. Do you know what? I was listening to that Kaya Kallas, and she was saying, we've got to be Russia. Didn't fucking mention about all the corruption has been found out. I fucking knew about the corruption 2 years ago. And now they're only finding out. Why didn't they take notice of me? He bought a fucking bank, Zelensky. Last year, he bought a bank. And I'm saying, where did he get the fucking money to buy a bank? Where did he get the money to buy a fucking big vineyard in Italy? Where did he get the money to buy a £30 million fucking mansion in Florida? Where did he get the money to buy a little fucking island in the Caribbean? Where? Fucking tell me. And they're only found 100 million. That's fuck all to them. That's nothing. And there's Yermak going to be sacked. Fucking big Nazi. Sneaky. Good night, one and all. And thanks, Frank, lad. Thank you, the sneak. And positive talks between Bournemouth and Liverpool have occurred for Semenyo. Just came out 30 minutes ago. Thank you, Callum. Our wonderful friend, Callum. See you tomorrow. Talk about Ronaldo and Trump, eh? Did you hear what one of those said to Lionel Messi? This is a journalist in American journalist. He said, will you be fit for the World Cup to play for us? These are Americans. Thick as, I'm not saying, but you know what I mean. A lie can travel halfway around the world, yes, while the truth is putting on its shoes. Not what he actually said. It travels around the world as quick as you can pull your trousers up. In fact, travels around the world as quick as you can pull your trousers up. That's it. Yes. Love it. Bonsoir, everyone. France with a big heart. Vive la France. John. Hi, Frank. Hi, John. Thank you for joining us, or joining me, and the rest of us. All you Reds, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Thank you, says the lovely Bella, with a lovely daughter, Marcella, and Marcella's mate. Thank you. And still got this for you, Christopher. I've got the other ones down there. I'm not bending down to get it now. But there's another one there for you. Right, Frank and everyone, up the title-winning Reds. Yes. And Edward. See you tomorrow. Is Saturday off now? Film. No, I just fucking think you see he's listening to other things in. And he's just come on at the end. What did I say, ladies and gents? About Saturday morning. Edward, I said, I'll see you Saturday morning for the film and TV review. And I gave a little thing in the meantime to watch a film called Man Versus. Try and stream it. It's great. Bella. Buonanotte, Franco. And you, Reds. Good night. Be safe, says the lovely Bella and Marcella. And Edward. Sorry, just been doing something. Go away. You've been watching another fucking pod. I know you, Edward. Joke. Anyway, thank you for keeping me company. Just thanks to these wonderful lads, Gap Painting Services, for sponsoring every single Frank Carlyle pod. Great lads, get them in. Get them in. They're brilliant. Fully time served, no fucking cowboys. And he'll be open 2 hours for 2 hours on the match day Saturday. Go along, Michelle and Michael Dean will look after you. At Scarf or a Badge. If you can't make it, at scarforabadge.com. Great quality stuff. And on that wonderful note, thank you for joining me. And I'll see some of you tomorrow night. Mille grazie. Ciao bella. Ci vediamo, as the Italians say. See you soon. Ciao.